Check it out. So let me fill you guys in on what's going on. This is not my bike, this is my buddy's bike. He was having me service the dropper post and some other things. I asked him if I could take it out on a ride. He gave me the green light to test it out. So that's what we're here to do today. For those of you that don't know, I ride a Enduro bike. It's a 2021 Commencal Clash. I'll put a link in the description of my bike check and on this video if you guys want to go check it out. But the main thing I'm going to be doing in this video is comparing this bike to my Enduro bike. This specific type of bike would be classified as a trail bike. So this bad boy right here is a Santa Cruz 510C in a size medium. It is way lighter than my Enduro bike. First of all, this is carbon. My Enduro bike is aluminum. It's got Fox 34s in the front and then a Fox float in the rear. I believe it's 130 millimeters of travel front and rear. In just the short amount of time that I've been riding this thing, I can tell it's way more playful, way more nimble. So I'm curious to see how it's going to handle on some of my local trails. First trail of the day, Yucca Ridge. Just because it's not as rowdy, it's more of a jumpy trail, which I think would be perfect for this bike. Yo. Alright, second trail we got coming up is Grasshopper. So far so good though, I'm liking this bike. I got some pros and cons, but for the most part it's treating me well. Sorry, thank you so much. Have fun guys. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you so much. Have fun, guys. Oh. You feel that, definitely. I know with my Enduro bike, it's not as Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you so much. Have fun, guys. I wanted to test it out on the steps. Oh yeah. Phew. A little crowded there, but not too bad. One thing I did want to mention is that this is my first time riding on Fox forks or Fox suspension in general, but this rear shock doesn't feel anything special, I guess. Like it does what it needs to do, but one thing I did want to mention about the forks is that they feel good. Like I was impressed with this run going down those steps, and I felt like the front end, like the fork was just doing its job. I don't know, it's just more plush and way more smooth. I think it could be the fact that these are fairly new, but yeah, my first impression on Fox forks are good. So one thing I wanted to point out when it comes to an enduro bike and a trail bike is that the enduro bike is designed with more travel and different geometry, and as a result it can handle chunkier stuff better than this bike. So this bike can handle chunky stuff, but it's just a matter of how well it handles it, because I can go down a rock garden on this trail bike and an enduro bike, but I'll probably feel a lot more confident going faster down that rock garden on an enduro bike than a trail bike. Both bikes are capable of doing it. It just comes down to performance, I guess. Like a trail bike isn't designed to have that much travel. As a result, it's not going to handle the rock garden as well as an enduro bike. So on these last two trails, I've noticed that there are certain sections where I fly down on my enduro bike, and with the trail bike I had to take a little bit more time on those sections just to make sure I was good, you know, that I wasn't gonna fall. I'll give you guys my honest opinion at the end of the video and just which one I would pick, because I still got one more trail, and after this trail I think I'm gonna decide which one I enjoy riding more. All right, final trail of the day. Alright, you're good. Alright. Let's get it. I've never gone down this way. Oh, this is pretty sick. Kind of shields you from the wind too. Too playful. Dude, why does the wind always follow me? We made it. So I'm just gonna start off by saying, if I had to choose between a trail bike and an enduro bike, I would choose an enduro bike. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy the trail bike. I think for what I prefer riding, an enduro bike just suits me better. Like I mentioned earlier, this trail bike doesn't really plow through chunkier sections versus my enduro bike, it does, you know, and it handles very well because of the geometry and it has more travel and whatnot. But one of the pros I did love about this trail bike is how playful it is. I think bunny hopping and manuals and just lifting up the bike in general is just so fun with this bike. I think if I was riding trails similar to the luge, you know, where it's just windy and downhill, a lot of berms, then a trail bike would be a lot more fun. But if I'm riding stuff like Laguna Beach or Simi Valley where it's just so chunky, I would definitely go with an enduro bike. Another thing I loved about the trail bike is how well it climbed. My enduro bike climbs pretty well, but I think this one beat it by a little bit. Like it's a more comfortable climb, and I feel like I wasn't so out of breath on a climb. Like it was just easier for me to do it. I don't know. All in all, I enjoy both bikes. I think trail bikes do have a place in the mountain biking world, as do all bikes, right? Like e-bikes, hardtails, trail bikes, enduro, all of those bikes serve a purpose for a specific type of rider. So I wouldn't necessarily say one is better than the other. I think it just comes down to, what do you enjoy riding more? If you love chunkier stuff, more downhill, then maybe an enduro bike or downhill bike would be better for you. But if you like flowy and pretty mellow trails, then a trail bike would also be perfect for you. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this little adventure / review on this Santa Cruz trail bike. Catch you on the next ride.